He kicked his pregnant wife out, told her never to return. But what happens years later when she shows up with his son, the one he never wanted? Stay tuned to find out how the past he tried to bury comes back to haunt him. Marcus thought he had left her behind, thought he had buried his mistakes so deep that they could never resurface. But life, like a relentless tide, has a way of returning what we try to forget. Lena, the woman he loved, the woman he rejected, had vanished from his life without a trace, along with the pregnancy that had once been the promise of their future. He told himself he was better off without her. But now, as the skyline of his city gleams in front of him, the past he tried to lock away in the deepest part of his soul is suddenly knocking at his door. How had he allowed it to happen? How had he betrayed the woman who gave him everything? And now, standing before him, was the very flesh of that betrayal. She was no longer the woman he had abandoned. She had transformed into someone stronger, someone who had risen from the wreckage of his decisions. She had found a way to survive without him. Lena had built a life, a future for her and Caleb, and while it wasn't perfect, it was theirs. She was no longer the frightened girl who had begged for his love. She had become a woman, a mother who didn't need Marcus. He had everything now: success, wealth, Brianna, the woman he thought he wanted. But none of it felt real. None of it mattered. Not when the one thing he couldn't live without was the one thing he had thrown away. Marcus stood frozen, watching Caleb play from a distance. The way the boy moved, the way he laughed, it was all too familiar. Marcus had never wanted to face the truth, but now, standing there, it hit him hard. Caleb wasn't just some kid. He was his son. And then his phone rang. It was Lena. Marcus. Her voice was steady, but there was something raw in it. Caleb is your son. He deserves the truth, and you need to face it. Just as Marcus was about to respond, a loud crash echoed through the phone. Marcus! Lena shouted. Something's happening. The world went silent as Marcus held his breath. The decision had been made for him. What would he do now? What happens when betrayal and guilt collide? Marcus thought he could walk away without consequences, but now he's facing the truth of his actions. Will he be able to make things right? Find out the full story by watching the complete video. Link in the description.